Hello, and I wanted to show you the what it looks like inside Riverside, the podcast platform that I'm suggesting. So you go here, you're gonna sign up and you're gonna have your name of your show and things like that. Here you have the recordings of the ones I've done. Okay, we're gonna go to studio. So this is where we actually start to film. So check your cam, check your mic. I'm going to give you the list of things you should be sending your guests so they do things properly. And am I using headphones? Yes, I'm using headphones. And then I go join studio. And it's this easy. So now I just take this link, and it's always the same link. So you can post it into your Calendly that they can just click on that link and just show up. So you're not doing some back and forth emails. Again, I just want to save time. So I send them that link, and then we start a podcast. Okay. Once they're on, I will hit record. And 2, 1, countdown. Okay, so once I hit record with them, there's going to be another person. And there's this button here, mark clip. Okay, which is actually, see, there's an M beside it. So that's when, this is really useful when you have, a guest says something that really resonates with you, that you feel like, wow, that was gold right there. So you hit M. And what it does is it naturally just clips 30 seconds of what, it takes before and after what you just said, but it takes 30 seconds. Often you have to go and edit it behind in the afterwards, but it's still pretty easy. So you hit that. Here we have the mic. So you make sure you have your mic, the camera, speakers, share screen. You have share screen for a presentation. Here you have the chat button where you can add chats. Sometimes I write notes. This is where I often put questions so I can stay on track of the conversations, or if there's something I want to get back to that he said and I sort of got sidetracked. Okay, and see up here how it says uploading 95%? Well, this is what I mean when I wrote down that it's recording on this computer. It's also recording on their computer. And then at the end of the show, it then comes together and syncs. And that is the beauty of this software, because if there's glitching, you don't want to have like a 2-hour podcast or an hour podcast, and then, it gets glitchy and you have to go in and edit, and it's going to take time, and you may not actually have a podcast at the end of it. So this way, it's really a great way to do it. And if they exit before it uploads, you can always send them afterwards. It gives you a link where you can send it to them, and it will eventually upload. So even if you screw up, kind of gives you a little buffer, gives you a plan B. So once you're done, we'll hit stop. All right, it's going to start uploading. Once I finish, success, view recording. Okay, so once I go in, I can click on here, and this is where I start the editing part. And this is how easy it is. Okay, so I go on the main video. I'm just going to take a past guest here, Ryan, and I go to edit. Now everything is a transcript here of the show. So if I search, I forget what he said, was it something to do with travel? I can put in the word and it will find it, and I will find the spot. Generally, I can cut this. Sometimes the intro, I like to start with a little warm up. I like to start with this, with a little warm up, get my guests ready, and then I hit record. And sometimes I just hit record because I'm afraid that I'm going to forget to hit record. These little dots are the areas where I had pressed that M button. So I can always go back to that and clip it properly, exactly how in the length that I wanted it. And then let's say I want this clip. Okay. So then I would just export. Okay. I look at the time. Yeah, it's 2 minutes. That's right. This is where I can make audio changes. So if there was background noises, I can normalize the audio, remove the background noise. The normalize the audio is if you're talking at different levels. So it normalizes that. You can remove background noises, watermark, and export it. But first, before you do that, actually, what we also want to do is, I don't see it here. Is to look at these options. So this is really cool. You have, you can have it in this style. You can have it in, this style. And it says, great for Instagram, square. This is great for YouTube. And then you have stories. So you can put on TikTok or Instagram stories and stuff like that, reels. So you can choose which platform, which way you want. Here you have tracks. So if you just want, yours, if you just want his, you can choose that. Here you can choose different backgrounds. I don't tend to use those, but and here is where you upload your little logo. So it'll go to your file and you can choose your logo and it will add your logo. Well, maybe I can just show you here. This one. I just put it here. I can then move that around. I can make it look a little bigger. And sometimes when you have these kinds of things, oh yeah, borders too. I forgot this button. Okay, so here I only have one person, 2 people selected. So we can change that. We can change the background. We could add the logo. We can move the logo around when we change the style. Okay, like that. So anyways, once you export, you'll export it and it then goes to this place. And this is where you have all your clips. This is where it shows all the M's that you hit, the markers that you can go back to, or the ones you edit. And then they take a little bit of time to download. They go here. And then once you go here, look at that. You have a straight publish to Spotify link that you can go to. So this will send you to the Spotify platform that you have already registered for through the links I have. I've linked up. So then you just got to fill out some information about the show. So here is where I'll put the episode number, the name of the person, and a title that describes what we're talking about. I'll do a little description of the show. I like to write notes like I like to write notes that are key areas. Like you could put where your markers are, like topics based on those markers. You could also put, I like to put what the best books that have impacted them, the best documentaries that have impacted them, just the questions that I asked that I can then take those answers and create lists with them. So that's another benefit. So once you do that, you basically just publish now, and it looks like this. Then it just shows up and you have your shows and with your episode. So I hope that was helpful. Continue on with the document, and yeah, and send me a message if you did it and your podcast is up. I'd love to see it.